The terrain over here is as if the wind, the rain, and the elements have eaten away the mountainside. In all the years of my coming to this corner of the planet, I have never witnessed such clear weather over the Trangos, the Peju, and the Ulibiaho while camped at Urdukas. 10th of July, this is Saad Mohamed, the Desi mountaineer, and 7:45 a.m. we're leaving for Concordia from Goro 2. Had a scrumptious breakfast, some porridge infused with coffee and cocoa, and a tomato omelette. So we're heading towards Concordia. And what you see on the right side is the flanking peak is Mitre Peak. Looks very jagged from here. Look very different when we get to Concordia. Also, in the center of the frame is Gasherbrum 4. Behind the clouds to the left is Broad Peak. I'm hoping to see K2 when I get to Concordia. See you then. So, almost right after leaving from Goro 2, we are on that part of the Baltoro where the white ice structures jut out of the debris. These are pretty good for ice climbing practice. The altitude is just under 4,500 meters, and I think Concordia is around 4,700. These white ice masses are so refreshing to look at. 11:36 a.m. Mitre Peak is even more closer. You can also see Gasherbrum 4 in the frame. Broad Peak is covered in clouds. I'm still hoping we can get a good view of K2. Doesn't seem likely, but you never know. Laying eyes on Gasherbrum 4 almost felt like meeting a long-lost friend. After all, this used to be my favorite peak for a very long time. As we got closer to Concordia, Broad Peak started emerging from under the clouds, but now Gasherbrum 4 started playing hide and seek. Marble Peak and Mitre Peak flanked this vista as if guarding the gateway to the throne room of the mountain gods. The trail is a landmine of sharp, jagged rocks, which are a hallmark of the Karakoram mountain range. We trudged on as if the mountains had the mysterious power to pull us towards them. I kept looking towards and into the valley that enthrones K2, hoping against all odds to see a glimpse of the savage mountain. And although the distance to cover today was only 12 kilometers,
but it seemed like ages before we actually started to see any signs of the camp at Concordia.
1:43 p.m. We finally arrived at Concordia. Like I said, it's not a complete heartbreak. I'm hoping this cloud will decimate. But I was really hoping to see K2 when I turned onto the Goodwin Austin. So let's see what happens in the next few hours. So not as many camps as I would have thought there would be this time of the year at Concordia. Awesome view. So this way is K2 and we'll be going this way. पहुंच गया जी, पहुंच गया। पहुंच गया।
The Mitre Peak overshadows Concordia, and it goes without saying that it is a majestic peak. Winds were strong in the evening when we arrived at this junction of three massive glaciers. Expeditioners could be seen outside adjusting and reinforcing their tents to make sure that they did not get blown away with the wind. As night fell and the stars came out from behind Mitre Peak, I once more fell in love with Concordia all over again.
This is Saad Mohamed, the Desi mountaineer at Concordia at 4,600 meters above sea level. It is 11th of July, 6:46 a.m. You can see K2 behind me. So we've already packed up, the tents are gone. This is the mess tent, it's going to be rolled up soon. And that is Mr. Shifari from Shimshal. And we're both about to leave for the base camp. This way is K2 and that way is Gasherbrum. So, see you guys at the base camp. So we've left Concordia behind us. We're heading this way. So on my left is K2. So this is Goodwin Austin Glacier coming from the K2 side. Earlier we were on the Baltoro Glacier. And now we're going to go rightward onto the upper Baltoro Glacier, and towards the end, if you see that black ridge, you'll turn left from there towards Gasherbrum. So I can see the summit of K2. There's still this longish cloud in between, which is blocking the picture perfect moment. On my right, the massive mountain that you see is Broad Peak. To my left is Mitre Peak. See how different it looks like from here. And if you look at this basin, snowfield, this is the Wine Glacier that is going towards the famous or the infamous Gondogoro. I went past this high pass last year, 5,600 meters above sea level. It's a treachery. I don't know if I'm gonna ever go again. Maybe I'll climb from the other side, but I don't know if I'm gonna be going from this side. So this is where we're headed. East southeast. Doesn't look so difficult. It's quite a distance. So K2 is coming out a bit more. So I'm hoping it'll be clear in the next 10-15 minutes.
It took me 3 expeditions spread over 15 years to witness this marvel.
Are you as excited as I am? That is K2, Shogori, the king of the mountains, the savage mountain. You have no idea how long I have waited to see this mountain, this summit. It's there. It's there. Awesome, just awesome.
ये जो साइड से बादल आया ना अपना 7 बाई बिल्कुल साइड से ये है राइट साइड से ये है एब्रूजी रोड
ठीक
बीच में से जो नज़र आ रहे हैं ना बीच में से
है
ये है स्पेनिश रोड
ठीक
इधर से जो नज़र आ रहा है ना ये ब्लैक और आइस के बीच में जो मिक्स है ना ये है शेल रोड
कौन सा
शेल रोड और नज़ीर और जो है वो पीछे साइड से
जापानी जो है
वो बिल्कुल सेविया ग्लेशियर के अंदर जाके ना इस तरह टर्न होके आके उसको क्लाइंब
अच्छा
और स्पेनिश रोड जो है वो बिल्कुल आखिरी रीच से
awesome जबरदस्त
इस तरह के टू पे जो 3-4 किस्म के रोड से और अमेरिकनी रोड जो है वो बिल्कुल एब्रूजी रोड से बिल्कुल बहुत अंदर है
अच्छा
अमेरिकनी रोड से
अच्छा
Despite the altitude, the upper Baltoro is much easier to trek on. As we moved on, the view of K2 kept getting clearer, and as much as I wanted, we could not stop for long, as we still had to cover a lot of distance.
(10:20 a.m. and we're getting closer to the Gasherbrum base camp. So one last goodbye to K2. K2 is not visible anymore. You can see a mud rock spire, probably Gashibrum 4 on the right side of the frame. And that ogre-like structure in the middle of the frame is Mustaq Tower, I believe. One scary rock structure. Wow. So we've been walking on the moraine. On my right side is the glacier that is coming from the Gashibrums. From the left is Upper Baltoro. Over here, if you see the gap, that is the Wine Glacier. Goes on to Ali Camp and then on to Gondogola. So on the right side, there's again, I think it's Shogalisa. I might be wrong, but I think so. And the glacier of Shogalisa. It's like a frozen river. And then from the end of this valley, we turn left towards the saddle. First view of Gashibrum 1. Woohoo! So, getting some light snow patches now. I can feel my nose start to burn at the very end. So the sunburn has started. Also, I'm like, we've been walking for 7.5 hours now. I'm really tired. I haven't really taken a proper break. The camp is nearby, so yeah. I'll see if I can push it. Maybe I'll take a break, maybe I'll just go on with it, but I'm very, very tired. So we've come all the way from Concordia, and now the moraine is turning left. Testing times. So we're out of the scorching sun and into the land of avalanches. If you can recognize the peak, this one, this is Mitre Peak in Concordia. So that is how far behind we've left it. So the weather's getting bad. I better hurry. There's a hanging glacier that doesn't really look much too good. Another one, third one. So we are pretty close to the camp now. We've taken the whole left turn. Just one more high moraine to go through, then the camp will officially begin. You can start seeing the camps. They look low from here, but they're actually higher in altitude. So, see you on the other side. So that glacier that you see in the frame coming down is the Gashibrum Glacier. This is the way we go up to Camp 1. So this glacier is pretty treacherous. It's full of crevasses, and the elevation gain from base camp to Camp 1 is almost 900 meters. So initially you might even have to make an advanced base camp, ABC. So let's see how it goes. 4 p.m. and I think I've arrived. Finally. ये है क्या अगला? पक्की बात है, धोखा ना दे देना। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। क्या हाल यू?
क्या सर?
खैरियत, आप सुनाओ? खैरियत है। आला। सही माल बनाया है। ये देखिए जी, ख़वातीन और हज़रात, देसी माउंटेनियर जो है वो इस टाइम गैशीपुरम बेस कैंप पे बैठ के तो कपड़े धो रहा है। This is Mohamed, the Desi mountaineer, and Atanas, the Vijan climber from
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. And he is just back from Gashepuram. He has done 2 summits in 6 days, Gashepuram 1 and 2, both of them. And I had the honor to meet him at Camp 1 while he had come down from one of the summits. So what an awesome experience, what an awesome feeling to have met him again. After Everest, we were together sharing a base camp in 2017.
Yes.
So yeah, anything you would like to say about Pakistan, about Gashepuram, about your experience this time around?
I love Pakistan. I come back next year, sure.
Awesome, thank you.